Yeah, yo, yo, yo. Yeah, yangu museninda na nangura chilo. Oke bose tulive na kuyalelo tevyo bayevi. Amita pendwa ya vintu ifisume vyoto kula kuibukisha. Kanate pochimo wimbo watemenu wakatongi. Abazunga batita katongi nakula kuibukisha kateka. Kaibukubuna kapona neseko shove pameso. Yangu ama umebaya Kiyaba ume Kiyaba ume
Kateka wabantu Twakulira lelo twakulira Shika kukonke milimo shove Eti kume moku la dolole avale lilo wingi.
Iseko wingi mwakwete. Iseko wingi mwakwete. Mwaya mwende wino tata wesu.
Katushi muchi wakege. Wali bomba kale. Lomba mwatu jatule lilake. Ukula bevyo wati dobuingi Imisebo wapangini obuingi Ukuchinjo lusako kumonefo busaka Mama Kutituwa na basiani Chagwa katuse.
Please stand. When you were elected, you were entrusted to exercise independent judgment and uphold the highest standards of integrity, values of paramount importance. In seeking public office, one pledges to act in accordance with conscience and the public good. Parliamentarians wield significant influence over public and political discourse. It is incumbent upon them to speak with honesty and conviction, irrespective of whether their views are met with approval or dissent. When you say what someone has paid you to say, you are not speaking with sincerity. If it were your genuine opinion, you would not need to be paid for saying it. Whether or not you believed any of what you said at the behest of Voloshin and Medvedchuk, allowing money to corrupt your moral compass constitutes a grave betrayal of the trust vested in you by the electorate. Your misconduct has ramifications far beyond personal honour, which is now irretrievably damaged. It erodes public confidence in democracy. When politicians succumb to financial inducement, the public can no longer rely on the veracity of political debate, which may be tainted by disinformation. The enlisting of fellow representatives into this activity compounds the wrongdoing, undermining the mutual trust essential to the proper functioning of democratic institutions. The corrosive damage to public life caused by such actions is enduring. The court regards bribery as a malignancy at the heart of public life, one that impoverishes the national interest. Those entrusted with public leadership are required to adhere to the highest standards of probity. The law will respond to such breaches with stern punishment, both to mark society's condemnation and to deter others from similar transgressions. The sentence on count 2 is 5 years imprisonment. The sentence on all other counts except count 4 is 5 years concurrent. The sentence on count 4 is 5.5 years consecutive, making a total sentence of 10.5 years. You will be eligible for release on licence after serving half the term, and you must abide by the conditions of the licence until the full sentence is served. Please go down, Mr. Gill.
In every season of our nation's journey, leadership must be defined not by slogans, but by legacy, not by volume, but by values. Welcome to this short presentation as we endeavor to contribute the bit we can to shape the future of our party, Patriotic Front, and that of our nation, Zambia. My name is Raphael Mangana Kachinda. I'm currently privileged to be Secretary General of Patriotic Front and Tonse Alliance. Today, I present to you 3 portraits. These are not just images of the past. These are reflections of the future Zambia deserves. The first portrait, Michael Chilufya Sata, the founder, the voice of the poor, the thunder for the poor. The first portrait is of the man who started it all, President Michael Chilufya Sata, a leader of the people, a builder of a movement. He believed in a Zambia where every citizen mattered, regardless of tribe, class, or language. He built this party on inclusiveness and the power of the grassroots. That foundation was not political theater. Michael Sata is still alive through the grassroots. His spirit lives on in every ward, in every market, in every township, in every bus stop. To our grassroots members across the country, this is your party. This is a party for everyone, from the marketeers to the taxi drivers, bus drivers, small-scale farmers, jerabos as they call them, barbermen, hairdressers, welders, construction workers. It is the party for mothers and grandmothers and everyone, everywhere. This is your party, and no one will take it away from you. PF is not just a party, it is a movement that cannot be stopped. That was Michael Chilufya Sata's vision. Portrait number 2, Edgar Chagwa Lungu, the humble defender. This is a portrait of President Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, Zambia's 6th Republican president and the 2nd president of Patriotic Front. Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, unlike many other politicians, did not rise by ambition. Rather clearly, he rose by divine appointment and the trust of the people. He led Zambia through the very difficult times during droughts and during COVID-19. And he led not with panic, but with prayer. During the COVID pandemic, when the other countries all over the world locked down, he protected the livelihood of those who live hand to mouth. When Zambia was faced with severe drought, he called on the nation to seek God. He declared October 18 a national day of prayer, fasting, and reconciliation. Many times we all witnessed God answering the prayers of the Zambian people. President Lungu was a constitutionalist. He respected the separation of powers, allowing the judiciary to function independently. There were even rulings and judgments against his government. He fulfilled the promise to the people by ensuring that the people's draft constitution was adopted, the 2016 constitution, which introduced stellar provisions such as the one to do with the running mate, 50+1 threshold. Many of you remember him for his stance on LGBT rights when he refused to legalize ungodly values under foreign pressure. His famous statement was, "We would rather remain poor with our values than to become rich by selling our souls." But he was mocked, misunderstood, maligned by his critics, even in his death. He never stopped loving his country, and that is leadership. That is legacy. Portrait number 3, trust, the leadership charter. The third portrait is not of a man or a woman. It is not about wealth or influence or charisma. The third portrait is trust, Trust, a leadership charter that will guide us today and in the future when choosing leaders. Trust is about the values the people want in their leaders. You see, Zambians have been lied to for a long time. The
Patriotic Front was formed in 2001 as a political party, as a pro-poor political party, fighting for the rights of the poor people in this country. It rose and gave effective opposition for 10 years until it got into power and ruled this country for 10 years. There is a disciplinary procedure that has been laid down and practiced over the years by various leaders. As you all know, only 2 leaders were elected to be president. Lubinda and others, these are just appointed as well as just sitting in. Before President Lungu left, he left him as caretaker. Now, as you know, a caretaker only does that. The farm you can leave a caretaker, things like that. Now, I've been asked by various journalists calling me to comment on some purported expulsion of myself and others, but I'm talking specifically about myself, and please note that this is about Emmanuel Tembo and no one else. My reaction to those comments that they've asked me, I don't want to comment on the purported expulsion. I think that when we have a problem, we need to investigate the problem, understand the root cause of the problem. In this case, I'll only comment about the purported expulsion, and take note, it's a purported expulsion. Not until Lubinda is taken to Chainama Hospital for determination of his sanity. This is one of the best hospitals for issues of insanity. Once the insanity test results are out, then I'll be able to comment and give reasons. So I will not comment much until that particular test is taken upon on Mr. Lubinda. Me, and I don't want people to insult him, to say anything bad about him. I think we need to help the man. It's unprecedented, he's doing wrong things. Zambians want this as well. So we need to deal with these issues as they are. So
thank you very much to all joining us. We have a great broadcast today. There's just some brief delay, but Honorable John Sangwa, State Council, is already in the studio. Let me just quickly, as we are preparing, let me just quickly touch on 2 key issues. I wrote to SADC, alerting SADC of the possibility of Zambia not having a free and fair elections, and I raised various issues. Number 1, what has happened to our constitution, where it has illegally been changed to prep for this government to have some form of landslide, to have some form of integral advantage. Number two, I raise the issue of the integrity of the Electoral Commission of Zambia. And I said it is not capable of delivering free and fair elections. And I called for an audit of the register, because we know the way it has been skewed, up to over 1.1 million people registered in Southern Province. We require that there's an audit done in comparison with the population growth and population distribution. There is a remarkable undermining of the register that has occurred. We need an independent audit of that register. Number three, the commissioners and management. Mwangala Zalome's UPND cadre. It's the first time we're having a non-judge, a non-Supreme Court judge presiding over the Electoral Commission of Zambia. In fact, the only time we had someone lower than a Supreme Court judge is when we had Judge Bob Walia, I think between 1999 and 2002. All the time we've had Supreme Court judges since the Independent Electoral Commission was formed. Here they just got one of their members. She's a renowned lawyer. She's qualified to be a judge, but she's a member of the UPND, and put her as ECZ chairman. And then we have McDonald Chipenzi, who aspires to be a member of parliament under the UPND, and he once attended the primaries in 2016, I think in Siavonga. So you have two cadres that are at the commissioner level. Then you have management, Dr. Brown Kasaro and Dr. Victor, is it Victor Kachaka? Dr. Kachaka, I'll confirm the first name, who's ICT director. They raise serious issues. The manner in which Brown Kasaro, the current ECZ CEO, left ECZ in 2016, where there was even criminal proceedings against him, of course they were later dropped, was that he was trying to manipulate the results in favor of the UPND. So what about now when he's sitting in the chair as boss? The ICT director similarly has been accused of similar things. I think there is no integrity before that electoral commission. And it's for that reason and many reasons, the attempt to kill and destroy the Patriotic Front and erase it from the register and the political landscape of this country, a process carried by President Hakainde Hichilema himself. We have condemned it. Some people want to lose thought that, no, but you guys are fighting. Well, he saw the seed for what you are saying. Remove their legitimacy. Indiscipline will reign. Remove the authority of the leadership. Remove the power to remove an MP. When you remove the legitimacy of the party, give it to a stooge like expelled MP Robert Chavinga. What you have is the indiscipline that's reigning in the party, you know. So many people don't see what President Hakainde Hichilema did, that it is the root cause of where we are. And lastly, I've just played a very unfortunate video. Emmanuel Tembo, Emmanuel Tembo is so regrettable. Let me just speak to my counsel, then I come to Emmanuel Tembo's issue. I've got a guest there, and just a minute. Let me play a video as we speak.
No, he has support from Southern Province. But some people, they have given up. When I go to Southern Province, now if someone from Southern Province can give up, are you telling me that someone from Osaka and Chingola can still love him? When you yourself who started loving him before these other provinces started loving him, you've given up. Some of them have, like me, have stopped loving him. Me and my family and other people, we've stopped loving him. Now you think if we can give up, I'm also Tonga, because when we have Tonga, no Tonga, many Tonga were full time Mdala. But I have given up on supporting Hakainde because of my own reasons. So you think the reasons that the other people have for of giving up on supporting Hakainde are not valid, such that the other people from other provinces, they cannot buy them. Let us learn to analyze politics. You must realize to say, Mudara, an election can be very disappointing. Ask the people of Kenya. Ask the people of Kenya. The person that won as a president, so let us be very careful as we talk. And let us be exposed. Not to wicked the levels of southern province, wicked the Muena Mumunzi, Mokala, now Kuli Womunzogo. And because that village supports Hakainde, you think now everyone else is supporting. That is non-exposure. Let us be exposed. Why is it that people fail to deliver? They fail to deliver when the head is not functioning very well. If the head is not functioning, now training, you can't expect the trailers to start moving. These mayors, these MPs and councillors who are not performing, it's because Hakainde himself is a failure. Let us just face the reality. If Mr. Hijirema was not a failure, he was going, because he is aware that in Mazabuka, because the other time he was talking about the roads, particularly about Mazabuka, he is aware that there is nothing going on in Mazabuka and he is quiet. It means that is how the West culture is. It's like Bari now is an entertainer who knows how to speak, entertaining people. No, he just entertains people through his speeches. But when it comes to delivering, he is not there. So we should just accept that fact. So those that are saying, the councillor must go, the Hakainde must continue. Do you know where the money comes from? When we talk about infrastructure development, the money comes from central government. Now they said, CDF. And you see, this CDF comes with guidelines. They may release money, and the money that will be released will come with guidelines on how it will be spent. And you can't expect the councillor or an MOP or the mayor to just go against the instructions that will come from the ministry. No, and that ministry receives the instructions directly from the president. So the failures we are seeing now, and even the same money for CDF, there is one about 2 times, 3 times. And yet they have kept on increasing money. We've increased the money from this figure to another figure. But they don't release those money. Go and find out how many times CDF Nyagas were where. You will be surprised that yes, the figures have been increased and people have been jumping up and down like toddlers. But there is nothing that is coming out. Bagalonga. So those are the things that we are talking about. Let us not be overexcited like a toddler that has been overfed with milk. No. Let us sit down and analyze these things. We don't just have to do things like so this failure is not for the MOP. The failure is not for the mayor. The failure is because the Hakainde told us that Kamuvika Chen or not Chen to Vika Chen yard putting. Jala what it's putting about Musavika Wompela or Noka. If you want to trailer with the end, Bama Cancer, Bataric Gwen, Abama Bama Cancer, Gamu go have to Mutwe it is an error for you to say that to go have trailer come out a train end, so that to go have a trailer, whatever the end. What kind of thinking is that? What a train guy tendi, Kamudata Mutwe, Kamota putting in water dos. Mabika Mutu wanting upon a man that would dosa train. More UPND is like everyone in UPND now, Mutwe Wanchinga. You talk about a leader at the district level under UPND. It's like Mutu Wanchinga weather train. You talk about the president. He is not functioning. He is not delivering. So failures all over. And someone is talking about Hakainde Agwinda. God will give us someone that will take it up.
King Cobra wano mwera nyabuta echechi muguli ya kugitari yake kutwamba rusumpu
tema ambassador
may so rest in peace wali buti
badara sata in his few years now 2 years yangata nafa kuzana ganjira bulero you saw a lot of things changing. Many people were saying shatanjira uyoba nkondo uyoba in his talking, he sounded as if he's a bad man. But he talk about actions. There are so many things that we can point out now. You talk about Zamuteo. Zamuteo was privatized by Rupia Banda. Sata brought it back. Now, are you aware? Let me tell you one thing. Are you aware that some Stogate or is it Central Province? Are you privatized? The president of UPND has started privatizing Matogate. Just a target. Just imagine. These are the things that is SATA worked against. When you privatize a national asset, Mudala, you're bringing poverty in the country. It means you failed to run that particular institution. So now SATA, we remember him for bringing back national assets that were privatized by MMD. There are so many things that we can point at, which this particular PF did, more especially under SATA. You can't compare President Sata May. He's so rest in peace with Mr. Haga in the Jirema. By far, President Sata, he had a certificate only in political science, but he worked like an economist. Now Mr. Haga is an economist who is working like a counselor. Failure all over. So these are the things that we are talking about Bagalonga. You can't compare. Maybe who can be compared to Mr. Haga in the Jirema? Maybe Mr. Lungu. Yes, that's why bari kushupana gwera na bari ele negwe. Sibaka supana maningi. Bari ele nebonsa President Lungu Mr. Haga in the Jirema. But all of Lungu umulangi maningi. You go to Rusak, you will find a lot of development. Ma bridge all over and the other things. So what is it that Mr. Haga in the Jirema is going to point at? 20 hours.
Thank you very much. Today we are hosting a renowned Lusaka lawyer, John Sangwa, and his Movement for National Renewal leader. My team has just gotten to where we are doing the broadcast from. I hope it will go very well. I will indulge in your patience as we resolve this issue. Honorable John Sangwa was ready, far ready, much earlier. That I apologize. Now, I played a video of Emmanuel Tembo. Emmanuel Tembo is former Unzasu leader. He's been a leader for a long time. He was a leader at the university and he's been a business leader. He's transitioned to a member of parliament and he's been one of our key members, both in the legal team to fight off what we've been facing as a patriotic front and also the issues surrounding the PF. So I noticed that he has issued that video. We cannot degenerate our debate to that level. Where you're calling people names, insanity, and all those things is totally, totally unacceptable. And I hope that Emmanuel Tembo, being a leader, a young leader he is, good young leader he is, he cannot issue that statement against a fellow leader. Mr. Lubinda, for all his weakness, deserves respect. We cannot bring ourselves to such insult, despicable. We've narrowed, degenerated the debate to a level that is highly, highly regrettable. And I pray that, and the purpose for me for this broadcast has been to raise debate and national discourse. And when I saw that video, I played it. It's very offensive, but I played it deliberately to chide Emmanuel Tembo, to call him to order, and I hope that he will apologize for the remarks he used against Honorable Given Lubinda. You might differ. I know the issues we are dealing with are very emotional and big, but you cannot use such kind of language. You can't describe your fellow leader that way. So I hope that Emmanuel Tembo will apologize for that video. We're just setting up with Honorable John Sangwa. I'll give you an update.
Exception from 2021, I know. The time our government increased the disbursement and the amount of CDF in each constituency, what development committees, CDF committees have been submitting projects. And I know that projects submitted in each year are fully budgeted for. But Chairman, is it true that all the projects that our communities, our ward development committees, the PDCC has been submitted, been done? If not, have we done an audit? Just recently I was going through from the list and number of projects that way are supposed to be implemented like in our own districts, but which are not. Do we have the money meant for such projects? Who are the enforcers to counter-check on these councils? We've just noticed that when it comes to procurement of vehicles, workshops, travelings, school for our employees, it is done there and then. When it comes to just implementation of community projects, up to date with projects which were approved in 2021, if you just do a thorough investigation, you find that most of the projects in these constituencies have not been done, even regardless of them being funded and budgeted for. Who are the reinforcers to check on these councils? There's too much mismanagement in our councils. I think this is the right time that we need to speak as a people of Northwestern. Our only hope as a people of Northwestern is in this government, the UPN. And I'll be straight on point. There will be no any other government where I will complain to say, I think here we need a road, here we need a better school, because they will tell us to say, you had your own son, you had your own cousin, who was a president. Why didn't you complain? Colleagues, help us to manage these resources diligently, according to the expectation of the people. Look at the quality. We are busy here talking about schools and desks. Look at the quality. Among the desks that you procured, how many are still functioning? Who controls the quality? Who does the quality control? At provincial, at district. Who does the quality control? Are you happy that, are you sure these schools we've seen around here, around the country, let me specifically talk about Northwestern, are they going to stand for a good test of time, like we saw those which were done during the Kaunda era? Who does the quality control? What are these engineers employed in our councils doing? Schools are already cracking even before you want it over. But we are proud of talking about it. Are we scared to just reject and say we are not going to commission this infrastructure because of the poor quality? The happening is unacceptable. I think we can still do better as councils because the mandate given to you, the trust that the president has given you is just too huge. Can you imagine we continue putting the blame on the presidents? We continue putting the blame on the government. Look at some of the responses from our technocrats this afternoon. When you are even part of of those people who cry the loudest, have you done this? The answers were negative. Do we want the president to come and tell us what to do, or these people on this high table to tell us what to do? This is one Zambia, one nation, regardless of where you come from. Did you manage to carry the quality control? Even the chief's palaces, have you got there? Me, my structure is already cracking even before I take it off. Who does the quality control? Because we are spending taxpayers' money.
Na kwata problem nobu ngobu kabwalala alabaleiba baleiba abaleiba. No, be very clear.
I mean, there's ACC following. There's ACC following you. I mean, there's ACC following you, right?
But they can't never ACC. You know what?
Yeah, but you have.
Listen. I've been to ACC. I've been to police, I've been to DEC, I've been to OP, I've been everywhere talking about this.
Yeah.
On my Facebook page, I've been tagging the president, and that's my nature. I tag the president. Mr. President, come and say, America CDF. I talked about it. I tagged. They threatened me at lunch. I told my lawyer, be ready.
What happened with that? What happened with that story? It ended.
In the other constituencies, let me tell you what they've done. For Inenga and Kabako, next when we come to discuss CDF, okay, nangolo tukalabekata ofo bachita kwali batu bakaliati bapanga cooperative babika mwabana babika mwama neighbors babika mwabepwa but kaliati ewapoka Felix kama constituencies kuchifuwe ko fili. And I have told them we will come for you. Ulupalumo luine fiyelulechita share CDF. I do not regret my talk because ninkwata evidence ka. Ngabali ntakanya. Ninkwata evidence.
So why don't you go forward with this evidence to the anti-corruption?
I have done that. I have done even idibandi today. Na libe ba SCC nje ba SCC. Mule itaine ne wakaire. Na mchocho ndi wakaire. I know mule ntinya chabale mibomfyafi pakuntinya. What you should do is kabiyeni na limepena ma evidence. Ero na bubali kwa tama evidence. Fyonse bali kwa te fingi. But you know the answer they gave me? Some foolish answer they gave me. Sorry to use that word.
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
Some foolish answer I was given was that if ilala fiamunda yanama, if you want de fikabuka.
Very simple. Extremely simple. Very simple message. When they shout more, Adeba, Mbuti, Sajitika Buti, Ndabalanga Ndama, Bagankagalo now. Bagankagalo now, Bahibunjak. Toiletta Bill 7. Toiletta Bill 7. Gutonde Halu Yando Love. Guliba Maga into. Ibatali kunjira mu parliament. Toiletta Bill 7. Bama MPs aba bayi hotela. Ndagaba nyunya gulibenzu mamba bali weta maga na bulimbuyi anu baganza kuvota against Bill 7. Ndabala ngaga indi meshushushu number 1. Ndasondela ndata ndati wabeya ombeshi wabeya. Kuyuma namba pa. Iba independent banyambosa aba. Iba PF banji. Sebotoba UPND twawete bo mahoti 98. Mahoti agali wendiga uti Bill 7 inde ngu 111. Mwaterera. Kwa uti we needed a minimum of, if you like, to be honest, 13 votes. 98 uti tuhige 100, 2 more votes agalansengwe. Uti tuhige.
Thank you very much to the waiting audience. I wish to apologize. We are pushing the broadcast for Honorable John Sangwa to likely tomorrow. I have to speak to him after this broadcast. I think whatever technical glitches have occurred, we will resolve later. So I'm turning this into a people's forum. To our dear viewers that were waiting for Honorable Mr. John Sangwa, I apologize. Some technical background issues. He was ready. There was some delay, I think, by the team. But I think it will be done tomorrow. I'll let you know. I apologize to you and to Mr. Sangwa. Let's turn this into a people's forum. The crisis in the PF is a burning crisis. It started with a sequence of events recently. First, there was a conference that should have taken place on 29th November. That conference, on the eve of it, was immediately cancelled, and 6 senior officials led by the chairperson, Emmanuel Mwamba, were suspended. The Secretary General, Acting Secretary General, Brenda Nyirenda, and senior officials like our members of parliament and our chair for Northern Province, Chomba Chipili, and not Jonas, but Christopher Shakafuswa, who was Lusaka Province chair. They were suspended unilaterally by the president. Then there came the issue of Bill 7, which saw that the whip line that was directed by the party was totally ignored, and 30 MPs voted for Bill 7. And the PF had stated that whoever will vote for Bill 7 will stand expelled. So it came to that whoever then had voted for Bill 7 was expelled. There were a lot of concerns that the party is currently very fragile. We are a few months away from elections, and the party's legality remains in doubt because the matters in court have not been resolved. But the party had taken a very strong hardline stand, and the 30 MPs stood expelled. They've not challenged the expulsion because it doesn't affect their seats, because government, through Chief Government Spokesperson Cornelius Mwetwa, immediately came and said government would not allow that the seats be declared null and void or vacant because the MPs had voted for a bill in Parliament, and it was a matter of right for MPs to vote wherever they wished to vote. Came, that was Bill 7. Then came the issue of Tonse. Another set of MPs have been affected, led by Honorable Brian Munduwile, because the party declared that meeting that allegedly expelled the PF from Tonse Alliance as illegal. It wasn't called or chaired by Honorable Given Lubinda, who's acting president. And the issue of PF has remained focused in our country. The Central Committee that sat last Saturday made a decision, affirmed a decision, agreeing or following up with their directive that whoever will participate in this illegal process at Tonse will stand expelled. Like they said on Bill 7, they didn't need to write anything to anyone. They clearly gave a directive. And so the MPs that participated in the Tonse Alliance, the Central Committee said they themselves will have, by their own action, will have removed themselves from the party. The matters in the PF are very worrying because the PF has impact on what happens to the opposition landscape. As you saw in the elections of Petauke, recent elections, the PF has no paper. The legality of the PF is with Robert Chawinga, the expelled MP from Mafinga, is the one that President Hakainde Hichilema has designated as the owner of the party. No election, no nothing. And he keeps on getting illegal resources, such as that which should be obtained by leader of the opposition in Parliament. And I know that particular matter will haunt Robert Chawinga in future, because all the resources, all the protection, and all the police escort that he gets is as a result of a position of leader of the opposition in Parliament. Yet, he is not leader of the opposition in Parliament. Yet, it's an abuse of office by someone who has made him leader of the opposition in Parliament. One day, Robert Chawinga will pay back the money that he has gotten from Parliament. With that, taking away the legality of the PF has now brewed the indiscipline that you are saying, because anyone can defy. You've seen the arrogance, even from those that are expelled. They said, what powers do you have? You don't have the papers, so who can you expel? This entire debacle is very unfortunate and painful for Zambians to watch. Zambians are in pain to watch the PF do this to itself. And like I said, many people miss the mark. Many people miss the direction that it is President Hakainde Hichilema who has sown the seed, took away the party, and has attempted to kill and destroy, still kill and destroy the party. Lucky enough, we have SADC that is visiting our country. They were supposed to have done this immediately after the elections in 2022. The Election Observer Committee visits just after the elections. This meeting has never taken place. But now, SIAC, after being prompted, I wrote a very strong letter to them, and they responded to me. They said, by the way, we have a pending trip to Zambia since 2022. So your grievances and grievances of your party and other stakeholders, you can come and submit them to us, because the issues of 2021 will still reflect in the holding of whether Zambia will hold free, fair, credible, and transparent elections in 2026. So the factors remain the same. The players could have changed. You remove Edgar Lungu, you put Hakainde Hichilema, but the factors remain the same. Are institutions being manipulated? Is democracy threatened? What is the conduct of the police? What's the conduct of the judiciary? What's the conduct of the Electoral Commission of Zambia? Those principles that encourage that the country will have free, fair, democratic, and independent institutions remain. Those principles remain standard. And so Sadiq Siak is in the country, and I'll encourage the Law Association of Zambia. I'll encourage the church. I'll encourage all the key stakeholders to the process of elections to look out where Sadiq is, to register yourself, because remember what the state does. Government might shield them and give them a program where they are just seeing government and government officials. They can take them to the police, they can take them to ECZ, they can take them to Parliament, they can take them everywhere else where they'll be meeting President Hakainde Hichilema's appointees. And those will be singing the songs of Hakainde that the elections are okay, institutions are independent, that there's no need to worry, we are going to have a free and fair elections. It's up to you, the opposition, to demonstrate keenness and interest. What a lot of you then are seeing. NGOCC, LAS, the three church mother bodies. Government, being in government for a long time, I can tell you the tricks that government engages on. Like we would say, if you have provided consultancy to NGOs, the current leadership is always in trouble and they fear general conferences. So you know what they do when a general conference comes? They know the burning issues should be done in the morning when people are fresh, are determined, and they've been waiting for this meeting for a long time. You know what the NGOs and even companies that hold meetings, they'll bring the financial reports towards the end when you are tired, when you are fatigued, when you've spent energy fighting useless things in the morning, or fighting over the agenda, fighting over the comma. You will have expended your energy. Then you go for lunch. Technical report, so that your prying eyes are moved away from the key issues. In this case, government might preoccupy Sadiq Siak with a very, very lengthy program that may just leave you to a day before Siak leaves. So it's up to you, Laz and others, to prompt Sadiq. They are an independent entity. They are being hosted by government, but ensure that many of your voices are heard. I will not be there because I wrote a letter, but I wrote it on behalf of the Patriotic Front, and I hope that the Patriotic Front can submit a member to there. Let me open the phone lines, and again, let me apologize. We were supposed to host Honorable John Sangwa, State Council. He was ready. I don't know what happened with my team, because these outside broadcasts, they arrived. There's been some issues, but I hope that we'll resolve it and we can bring Mr. Sangwa tomorrow. And I'll let you know if he's coming on tomorrow. So the lines are open, and it's open forum. You can speak about any matter of your concern.
PF yali yakuli bachavinga. Inende chite expectancy ababantu bala ichita organize wino. Yangu Tata Lesa, ibo mwe bantu mishimikireko. Muleke okuchita blame ba Hakainde Hichilema na ba Attorney General. Ateba lengo kuti, with due respect, ateba lengo kwebati beshika balungu ku The ones who are behind this, the architects of all these things, are the greedy leaders of PF. I'm sorry, Tasila Lungu, to say this. These people here, if they had your father at heart, they had their colleagues who are in jail at heart, shtanga bali nikabalebo mba flat out. Ukweba tina truishi sheku aba nesu. But ababantu aba, ala mwebe na Zambia mubalolekeshe leadership ya PF. Ngeko yaba. They are greedy, they are selfish. They don't deserve no. Pera fenang fenika vote.
The Patriotic Front was formed in 2001 as a political party, as a pro-poor political party, fighting for the rights of the poor people in this country. It rose and gave effective opposition for 10 years until it got into power and ruled this country for 10 years. There is a disciplinary procedure that has been laid down and practiced over the years by various leaders. As you all know, only 2 leaders were elected to be president. Luwinda and others, these are just appointed as well as just sitting in. Before President Lungu left, he left him as caretaker. Now, as you know, a caretaker only does that. At a farm, you can leave a caretaker, things like that. Now, I've been asked by various journalists calling me to comment on some purported expulsion of myself and others, but I'm talking specifically about myself, and please note that this is about Emmanuel Tembo and no one else. My reaction to those comments that they've asked me, I don't want to comment on the purported expulsion. I think that when we have a problem, we need to investigate the problem, understand the root cause of the problem. In this case, I'll only comment about the purported expulsion, and take note, it's a purported expulsion. Not until Luwinda is taken to Chainama Hospital for determination of his sanity. This is one of the best hospitals for issues of insanity. Once the insanity test results are out, then I'll be able to comment and give reasons. So I'll not comment much until that particular test is taken upon on Mr. Luwinda. Me, and I don't want people to insult him, to say anything bad about him. I think we need to help the man. He's unprecedented, is doing wrong things. Zambians want this as well. So we need to deal with these issues as they are. So as for me, I want to emphasize, I won't say anything. And I emphasize, I won't say anything regarding the purported expulsion until Mr. Luwinda is taken to Chainama Hospital for determination of his sanity or insanity. When the results are out, then the media can come and ask me to comment. And really, I must emphasize that we need to have, an understanding of the root cause.
I have called that our dear brother, Emmanuel Tembo, must apologize. We cannot degenerate our national discourse to that level. You can't insult Given Luwinda that way. No matter how angry many people here, there was a caller who tried to insult, just an ordinary caller, Emwewa from Livingstone. He tried to insult Brian Munduvile. And I called him off and I told him to apologize immediately. When you descend debate to name calling, you descend the debate to what we have witnessed by Emmanuel Tembo, his Fera MP under the Patriotic Front. That's totally unacceptable. As a leader, Emmanuel is a leader in his own right. He's a member of parliament, so he's a leader. And I traced his leadership to when he was a leader at the University of Zambia. He was a leader of UNZASO. He holds that rare privilege. You cannot use this despicable language. You cannot. And is there a time when we are going to elevate our debate in our country? A lot of things will be done against us. I was beaten, tortured, locked up, and have been arrested 3 times. You will never see me insult President Hakainde Hichilema. I will speak strongly against him. I will condemn his policy. I will expose his corruption, but I will not insult him. I will not personalize my attacks on him. That's a level of debate we should have as a country. We cannot lose our country to that level. The issue in PF is very emotive. Some of us have been calling for reconciliation from day one. That this is not necessary. You are brothers and sisters. We've been arrested together. We've turned up in the night together when any of us were being searched, were being arrested. We've stood with one another when How can we lose that? The entire 4 years of comradeship should just be lost over leadership and leadership contest. A contest by after August 13 will be different. You want to destroy yourselves after August 13th, will be back to normal, whoever will be elected. Come on, guys, come on. No, I don't think we've lost our country to that level. Emmanuel, if you can call this program, I'll be grateful if you can call and apologize to the nation. I'll be very grateful, because I don't think that you, Emmanuel, should have a debate. You should descend debate to that level. The lines are open. Let me hear from you. I've just spoken to Mr. John Sangwa. He will be here tomorrow. Again, I apologize, but he'll be here tomorrow, and we'll arrange just right at 20 hours. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from. Hello, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Uncle J calling.
Uncle J, make your contributions.
Thank you very much. First of all, I just want to appreciate your consistency and the love for the country. You've indeed given us this platform to speak on the issues of governance of our country, the country that we love, the country that God gave us. No any other country apart from Zambia. There will always be one Zambia. Therefore, we should guard it with all diligence. I want to quickly just comment on SADC. It's so unfortunate that Mwamba, we have these organs that were established, and these organs have no teeth to bite. I still feel that, whatever it is that will be there to report, it's just academic. We've seen in Southern Africa where, elections are held in countries and people have complained, including actually the opposition, and, there will be evidence of fraud and things like that. But SADC will just give an okay. So I don't really believe that there will be so much that is going to happen. For example, in our country, no sooner had you written the letter, to SADC, than they appointed Hichilema chairperson. So for me, I don't see
No. Uncle J. Let's use that opportunity to educate our people. President Hakainde Hichilema is appointed SADC chair. It's routine, it's procedural. He's not even current chair. The chair of SADC was Joaline, the president of Madagascar. Then there was a coup d'etat. So SADC immediately suspended Madagascar. So the next president was Cyril Ramaphosa. So Cyril Ramaphosa will then hold the position in transition. After Cyril Ramaphosa, there's what we call, it's a trio, a tripartite, a troika, we call it a troika. So these leaders are known 3 years in advance. So President Hakainde Hichilema was not appointed now. His term comes up next year in August, and if he will be president anyway, he has to win next year's elections to be SADC chair. The current chair is Cyril Ramaphosa. Cyril Ramaphosa was supposed to take over in August after Madagascar completes its reign. So now they've brought forward because of what happened in Madagascar. I thought I could just, but I agree with you on the toothlessness of these institutions. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that education. But at the same time, I think my point still stands. I feel these organs have no teeth, because what I expect, looking at the things that have been happening in Zambia, for example, where the opposition is literally stolen, by the president of the republic, that is actually destroying democracy. If SADC, we want to see the outcome, all right, of what this report is. Will it just be academic, or we did this and things, packed in the shelves? Would love to see action, because these leaders must learn something. If you come to power democratically, you must uphold democracy and allow democracy to thrive. I think that is the intended purpose of SADC. They have to watch. They come as people that come to check on, during elections and things like that. Therefore, we expect more Let there be accountability. Let there be sanctions, from these bodies, so that these leaders who intend to misbehave or misconduct themselves, try to destroy, democracy by infringing on human rights like it has been in Zambia, something that has never happened in a long, long time, we are experiencing today, that there should be consequences. Let these leaders face consequences, all right? Then on the issue of Patriotic Front, I've seen a lot of leaders are making comments and things. I think this is one thing that we need to call. Leadership really calls for restraint when it is necessary. I don't think it is important, it is right for leaders to quickly go to the media, do a live and quickly begin to insult and blame people. This thing, it's for me, it's expected. It's not an easy thing. It's like in a home where in Pashishamingirira, this is what is happening in Patriotic Front. What President Hakainde Hichilema has done to PF is a wound that will be very difficult to heal. And therefore, everyone becomes affected. When I have a wound in my knee, my hand will feel pain. My head will feel pain. Every part of my body is going to be affected. But ultimately, when it heals, we all come together. Therefore, I'm urging all Patriotic Front leaders. It is expected. These divisions are there because we have all these people with desires. But ultimately, we are calling for unity. People have invested a lot of emotions in PF and have a lot of hope. Therefore, you leaders, stay away from the media. Only speak when it is necessary. Do the work behind the curtains. These leaders that you are insulting, tomorrow you need them. We don't want those fake reconciliation that happens when people begin to regret. As for Chavinga, in conclusion, his day for reckoning is coming. He will pay every coin that is taken illegally from the coffers of the government, and whoever is facilitating that payment, they will pay together. And we know, that when that time comes, they shouldn't cry foul to say they are being persecuted. When you are doing an illegality, you should know that there will be time to pay back. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's take some more calls. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Alex, Ambassador. Good evening.
Good evening, Alex. Make your contributions.
It's very sad to see the happenings of people such as Amarida's more position, where it's in line with what this gentleman has just mentioned, people rushing to the media. They are big enough to sit down and resolve these issues amicably, quietly, and privately. Secondly, it is the issue of SADC, who are, whether they're in our country or they are coming, but to be honest, Ambassador, we have seen the same SADC endorsing and congratulating other presidents, even when those countries are still on fire. Even those results are not yet verified. It happened in Tanzania, it has happened in Zimbabwe and many other countries. What faith and trust do we have as a people in this country to trust this organ? And moreover, the current chair, as the way you have explained it, is the person who is contesting in a few months' time. Who knows, maybe has brought his colleagues to start massaging them way before the election.
No, you'll be chair in August.
He'll be chair in August, but you see, he might be talking to these people to way before the elections. We can't just trust these organs. Okay, and we have to be very careful. These are the things, too much oppression on people are causing havoc. We should learn from other countries. The same type of leadership where you oppress, and that's the reason why you have seen too many people calling, Ambassador, your program, this platform, you don't need to listen to it throughout. You just walk in, move, switch on, 2 minutes, you're able to know what's happening because people have got things at heart. A lot of programs, people are living under oppression in this country. And the day they'll blast, not even army who able to hold those people. I'm not trying to incite, but I'm just talking from the human point of view. The more you press them, it's a time bomb. And you leaders will hold you to accountable for this. Thank you.
Oh, sorry about that. Thank you for all those that are calling. We have an open forum. We're supposed to host Honorable Mr. John Sangwa, State Council. We'll host him tomorrow. So you can call. I personally took the topic of Emmanuel Tembo. I think that was out of order to use the language he used to communicate his feelings and his grievances. I thought that, that particular part for me represents what I've been preaching. Can we elevate the level of debate in our country? Can we have discourse, no matter how emotive the issues are, that is decent, Insele, ngani pa social media, pa my WhatsApp groups, oh my. But to see a leader of that caliber do that, I thought that it could be a matter we could discuss. There's an issue of CDF that CDF doesn't work at all. There's an issue where an announcement was made by the Attorney General that the late president will be buried, will be put to rest before we go to elections. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Hello, caller.
Yes, Ambassador Mwamba.
Make your contributions, caller.
Okay, thank you very much, Ambassador Mwamba. This is, I will remain anonymous.
Thank you.
Calling from Lusaka. I'm a youth.
Thank you.
Who is aspiring, maybe if God wills, to become the president of this nation. I just wanted to comment on what is happening in the patriotic flank. First and foremost, as a youth and an aspiring leader, I feel even before you lead, somebody should recognize leadership. I feel it is not right for fellow honorables under PF to start issuing strong remarks towards the leadership of Honorable Given Luwinda. I feel he needs to be accorded all the respect that he deserves, because at the end of the day, I feel like it is also God that is trying to reveal certain people to you as PF, so that you know the people that are with you and the people that are not with you. Otherwise, my comment is that may you sit down together and look out for those people that are going to be loyal in PF and leave those that seem not to be with PF. Otherwise, those are the people that are going to destroy the party. I think that is my remarks, and this is what I wanted to comment on. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. The SADC Advisory Council is in the country. Every time there's an election, there's a SADC Observer Mission that tenders its report, then the Advisory Council follows up. So the Advisory Council has not had this visit to Zambia since 2021. It should have been in the country shortly after the elections. They are interested because I wrote a letter and I was told that the SADC Advisory Council was coming and we could table our concerns to them. Our freedoms, our election is at stake. Free and fair, credible elections at stake. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Let me remain anonymous.
Anonymous, make your contributions.
Thank you. I wanted to comment quickly on the issue of the acquittal of the mayor of Livingstone. So funny. Yes. Indeed, Zambia has become an animal farm where animals are more equal than others. The only way you need to escape, persecution, you just have to align yourself with UPND. That is the only acquittal, the perfect lawyer for you. You just have to be UPND, whatever it is. I think this trend has continued in UPND. to this day, there have been grave crimes that have been committed by people that are in UPND. For example, look at the Hamasakers. Look at, the people that abducted JJ Banda. Those were mentioned. The people that insulted the former president, may his soul rest in peace, though we've not put him to rest. They are still there. They are acquitted. No one is following them up. People have reported cases to, Anti-Corruption Commission. We have the FIC report, Auditor General report. Nothing is being done. As long as you are aligned, with UPND, you are safe. You are safe. But in Bemba, we saw Mulanuta Ubola. It's just a matter of time. As for the Patriotic Front, I encourage people to still remain steadfast. It's not easy. The PF was thrown in a very, very, very tricky and difficult situation, such that they are actually been strong to still be standing today. Otherwise, if it were not, the love that they have for the party and Zambia, by now we could have forgotten about PF. But people of Zambia love the PF. This is why they've stood with PF. Otherwise, what UPND has done to Patriotic Front is bad. It's very bad. And we hope that after they've lost power, they will not cry foul what will happen to their party. Because what we see happening in our country today is something that we never thought would ever happen. I thank you for that. Is my contribution.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Colleagues, we are having open forum. You can make your contributions. So you can raise any matter of public concern. Yesterday, we hosted Mr. Dr. Sebastian Copeland, and he did a wonderful job today. We're supposed to host Mr. John Sangwa. I understand he will come tomorrow. So let's just exercise patience.
Inception from 2021, I know. The time our government increased the disbursement and the amount of CDF in each constituency, what development committees, CDF committees have been submitting projects. And I know that projects submitted in each year are fully budgeted for. But Chairman, is it true that all the projects that our communities, our ward development committees, the PDCC has been submitted, been done? If not, have we done an audit? Just recently, I was going through from the list and number of projects.
Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello, Honorable Mwamba, how are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you, sir?
Hello. Thank you. My name is Kunda.
Mr. Kunda, make your contributions.
My contribution, Mr. Mwamba, is not what is shoko yako misanga. Ya pate yesu iso PF. Wewe di background ule mikonka bwino sana. Nomba na mutufulunganya. First of all, ndefa mi kuseko bushe mwali bomba sana mabeko ma institutions. Ngakita step down vida. Ushala a taking the institution in nani.
Mko yakulandeni.
Hello?
Akulandeni.
Problem tukwete Mwamba mimi swa wino sana kuli bachi watu wale misanga mwetu kupokelera wino shine. Problem ku PF abashala ba president ba PF ba Rubinda naba kwatisho ukali mission sefe kulandati suspension nami ta expel tesho chifire chamba Bamwamba kunashekishinka pali nomba mu PF umuntu uli popular ni mundu vile ikute ni mwikale pansi time nayi kuwa mundu vile ishile ku PF ya Obama ishile kuma Democratic kwa America Raila rivale yumfwa first lady senator for 2 terms under Bush senior but Obama from nowhere Obama elo futi na tudavwa sana ishomulekita group yaba mundu vile aba Kennedy u7 echo apangile shina kitakonvinsi balanga ni 20 bali ya Abraham ale kulizinga kulile sababu ya kwa Sodoma na Gomora nomanga musange mwabali 20 25 50 chao nga 25 bali ya bashere na mundu vile pa president bali shokta convince abashala tamule nda palisi bongile filiale kitakukasa amafwala na nani ya UPND anta bali nda palisi bongile chavinga tabale landa po Maus sampomu ino washitisha Mbappe tamule landa po mwasha fepali mundu vile tukamukitefi tukamfightinga eva chini kapata kushepa ground ku grassroots ku western na ku north western PF ko idi organizer ni nani ero mule famu tansho mundu kwetama followers please twalifukamina bamwamba you are a good mediator tuweshe ntubikeni pa mufunyeni po nani ebuli tukakusuke chilango akafwa mu prison after August katakuli change ya government chilango akafwa innocent man tukotera akafwa malanje bakafwa mu kifungo mlandu wa muke bakafwa guys ebeni bavuluvinda bayibike pansi vice president chairman wa tonse namba tonse yakosa kwa TPF same time in weli fari tatwa chimona po kata mko choru senga tamuko tensoni mumi kitene milandire kwate niko fena ngumuselu manyanji please we beg you lesa kupale mwa icho wandi nafuka I'm 67 years ni wakutumina fonde.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's People's Forum. We are discussing various issues. Sadiq is in the country. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from and make your contributions. This
is from Livingston.
Mr. Mwamba from Livingston, make your contributions.
Today, interesting matters occurred in Pakoti. So I'm privileged that nachenda judgment ya mayor.
Oh, you are baku Livingston, tushimikileko.
Okay?
Wabaku Livingston, tushimikileko.
This is the judgment. So apparently you got a judgment. No, but the Kenneth of last party, chapter 43.1. I mean 43.2. Judgment. This is a judgment from court. Upon a careful review of the evidence adduced by the prosecution, this court finds that the state has established that the accused, in her capacity as mayor of Livingston, did corruptly obtain a cash gratification in the sum of 180,000 for the purpose of securing a 100% remission of property rates owed by Zamnuka Farm Limited, a private body, to the Livingston City Council. Now, listen to the other interesting part. The court established that the mayor did actually get money corruptly.
Yes.
Okay? However,
however.
The prosecution has failed to prove that this sum was obtained from Mark Gabbard. Mark Gabbard gabites, they was still produce audio. So, I am cases like everyone is saying, cases will find them in the future.
Verengana kabidi.
Chapter 43.
Ili pa page shani. Bamwewa ili pa page shani.
Let me find the page. No matter what, but in the Verenga.
Okay. Each 10 site, what?
But the judgment.
What clause is it? 40. You said 40 what?
3.1.
Okay. Yes.
For the 3.1, Mama. For the 3.1.
Yeah, read it.
This court finds that the accused, in her capacity as a mayor of Livingston, did corruptly obtain certification in the sum of 180,000 % remission of properties owed funded a private body to the Livingston City Council. 43.2 said, however, the prosecution has failed to prove that this sum was obtained from Mr. Mark Gabites, PW10, as alleged in the indictment of count 2. The evidence demonstrates that the funds were sourced from Oliver Perry and subsequently passed through PW3 before being delivered to the accused. This discrepancy between the charge as framed and the facts as established is material and undermines the prosecution's case against the accused in count 2.
Yeah.
So this is the
Muntumine, that's very interesting because what you are reading is that the court found that she corruptly obtained the money. But however, on a technicality, they're trying to allege that because the charge doesn't connect her, but yet the court has established that she corruptly obtained 180,000 that was delivered to her. That in itself was enough to convict her.
After in the judgment, the mayor,
yes.
But mayor, I said to me na phone, bank manager wakuzana nako. Ukweba tuyole isoko, mumwafueko kuchita withdrawing that. And the manager for Zanako testified in court.
Yes. Okay. Quickly send it. I can read it as well, just to demonstrate just the abuse of the abuse of the law and the favoritism that the UPND are getting. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello, Ambassador Mwamba Verified. This is Mama T.
Yes, Mama T.
I'm calling from within Lusaka. Yes. Awe, tulande kuna ifwe. Ifyo fine mwalanda tibasadi kabona besa. No mba guarantee nshi tukwela ati tukakwata fair and free election. That's 18th August. Because what we saw in Kasama there, ama free elections in Zambia apawe. So tulefa abantu abakwe bati baisatu wafuirisha kwe chachini. Notabakwe bati na bena baisatu titikisha. Please abo bena abantu mwebale kumana na bena. Tell them what is happening here in Zambia. Everything. Ama evidence na tukwata. Utuma videos tudia na tukwata. where people would hide behind the trees n'abakwatakale ama-marked ballot papers. Those are things that you should show to these people. And then bakabesha balelanda okwebati amaliro yaba former president batata ba ECL yakashikwa before general election. Umomo balola mwisa. Because that's now we are confused. Talking about the acquittal of the mayor of Livingstone, like me, Zambia, everyone should be UPND. For you to be acquitted, for you to be given a bail, you should be UPND. Because honestly speaking, we've seen a lot of things that are happening here in Zambia. Talk of Maria said Zalomish. Omulando wakwebati wamoneka n'okumoneka omwana bali paya ino kiyoto ayashika but alifuma mulishani muli manslaughter na beo babapeera tulandeko kuli bamuniya bali kujere oko beo yalikana banakachinda bachirangwa bachitotera nibanga abantu baboma ni Lusambo bengi. So for Zambians, the only thing that we can do to liberate ourselves, like I usually say, is to ikatane. PF opoya background. Abantu balitemwa PF yali ikatana background. Ama structures yonse yali intact. The only thing that we need to do is for our leaders to unite, and we come up with the leaders who lead us. Bamake bopo bari, ba given ruindo po bari, uri wonso okawina okasangwati uyewa sangwati muntu trefo okwebati eminini. Ife tukavota because amachushi enanatu yamona. Apaba UPND bale yumfo kwebati yo fiwe ona na bafunyako katishinga mawan kwasa bafumishe kwayo. No, you people should appreciate. What should we appreciate? Because if we were to ngabaisa, fiwe oika baten kwacha. Nombe if you are 10 kwacha tatwa fimona poif. Akiyo kwacha has appreciated against the dollar. Which appreciation need? Because if into fish expensive. And we were told to say so only by 10 hours, 14 hours the kwacha will appreciate. And he was asked to say how. He said because of international connections. But ayoma international connections tatuya mwene popali bakainde chilema. CDF bali bika ko mpia but tapale fyo barechita. Ngama ipusha fintatiyo ba PF bali kongole mpia. Okay ba PF bali kongole mpia. Imwana mkongole mpia. Nishinge mpia mkongwele. They don't explain to the people because we know very well that this government has borrowed more than PF did in 10 years. And with their borrowing, what have they done? Nothing. We haven't seen any development. Zambia po UPND yaishira munani mupawa. Tapali tabakula po esukulu, tabashitensi mundo mwaku yumfwa yo twali ingisha baticha mwaingisha maskuzi yabanani. Tema schools yaba ECL. Twalingisha banasi, twalingisha ba doctor. Ni kwisa mwabengisha mwali bensha mu filmiti. Omaba monene abantu abalwere nango abo bene abana free education yo ine mwaleteyo. Abo bene babasambilisha mu filmiti nango babasambisha kwisa. Teri mu schools yo bakulire ba PF ababene obo muitabaka bolala every day ba PF ne bakabolala. Every day ba PF bali kongole mpia bali kongole mpia pati mpia ba kongole ba PF share monika imise bato ali mona ama bridge to ali ya mona ama schools ba kulire ba PF to ali ya mona patala to ali mona ngai mola UPND efyo mwa stapo ni finshi efyo ba stapo ba UPND kuleta confusion mu PF kuyasenda ka tabingo ako bakapera na mapepa ati yo chabinga nani kani president wa PF mwali manapo imwe former ruling party mwe muste destroy each pani because ina mkwato mweso uyo mwenso mkwete ba UPND uyo mwenso mkwete ba kaindo ichilema na mwishiwa panta pali eto mwachitile. That's why na mkwato uyo mwenso nomba twala milanga fwema Zambia nzukwe bati umufi mwabe pere nefera mulesta kuba nenu ukukaka abantu abashikwete emilandu abakwete emilandu muleba funya tukesta milanga pa 13 August na tuikatane bane.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel.
Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
This is Brighton, calling you from Kapere.
Yes, Brighton, make your contributions.
Emmanuel Mwamba. First of all, Mama Tina mi poshava fumapo mkulondrola eventu ifingisa na futu mfako. Lelo ineva Mwamba wesundi fokulanda pali uniting the opposition. The opposition ni Mwamba kwete pa ushukubwelelo taikatene. Chili kwa tulu onsare kwa president Mzambia. Nombanga chakwa tulu onsare kwa president Mzambia. Tukalaso ntafoifu kumapari pali ubuteko bulipo. Solution tatura isanga. Iria tonse alliance that is Dani Pule, Chris Manzumba, Peter Chanda, Sean Tembo. Sean Tembo bali fumamo. Ba Peter Chanda bali fumamo. Kwa shala bantu babiri. Kwa shala ba Dani Pule, kwa shala na Chris Zumani. Right Galungu bali tushame so rest in peace. So no mbanga chakoba tutulefo tupoko buteko kuli wa church. Tufile opposition ya isa pamwe katana. If you were given Luvinda, Ngababuka, Batanfia Bantu. Ulomuntu Tanfia Umo, for example, Brand Munduvire Bamtanfia. Brand Munduvire, I could support Yama MPs in Parliament Yaba P. Sana. But I want to have an hour what I want to have. Meaning that Ama Botsi Yakakana. But given Luvinda Vaishide as the at kingmaker. As a kingmaker, Furukuva as a kingmaker. Not him to be a king. Mamma Mwamba West. Tapar for Tukotwanda Fata UPND, the power for UPND, it's a ring of your pa. Never that ever given Ruvin, the Waffle pride. Vete abantu once, Veka the punch one for any. Background you Munduri Bo, Nimunduvire. Let's go with the Munduvire. Munduvire is popular. That you know Mundu Quetendarama, you know Munduri popular. Pantro Muntuku Kushantumbu, Usha Shoku Verengano, no Kushapiri Fionze, Akeshivat Unimunduvire Chiso Chakwe, Akamuvotera. No matter what you have, Bantu Quatendarama, the Proco to Reba Mwamba. Not to Tera.
Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Mwabombeni. London Poyama.
Mwamba Zambia na isanguka ni animal farm. Bamubale chitefintu ifyo abantu bale pokolo babambi bale chitefintu bale kako. Iliri ashiria kwa uyumeya eri yati ashitwa kwetena pamulando wa Switzerland. Ngamwa alole shaira ma cases ngali kuli ba opposition for today ngakuli okukakwa. But because of bali kuchipani ero village tika even ine ulelanda panonga chakutana kwa tomulando uluchelo na kwa tomulando 10 hours na join na UPND umulando wa minister pale ibi village tika nombanga chako bati twala tekwa na chichalo ko tuleya kontanshi twala isanga muri one party state. That's why mule mwino kwe bati ntunguru shonze shire kumfuve tulelanda shikale panshi bakuta shiweshe ili system wako tulefu kuya kuli one party state kuli bu dictator ezo ni twingesa umfumula ndu uwa kwa meya lelo abakwitete ize tumfu omulando uwa maswitch right ababa kwitete ize tumfu omulando uwa kweba ati wifi omuntu ati yo waba muri manslaughter kushe sure ali fairness olongeke muletwe bamuleta kutira muri basadiki abengengira muri kino cyalo kibeshire mu kutupafa mu kinene chinga kutsa install democracy mu cyaro cyesu ngachakutira kuti chava muri yo musango. Please, can you imagine ama churches balanda batukwa bachiri baletukwa twalatekwa shani kwena kwali bompo ama politician bonze nangu kuti bakaunda kuine twalisangiro kuti bakaunda takwali muri yo musango, at least bali kweteko no mwenso nombanga chakutira baba nenso mutako umitekere ya musango ifita bakwati omonzo na kuma chechi na ma NGOs ama lawyers tababomfuira bali biu7 baka no kumfwa bali cyber crime baka no kumfwa fyonse baka no kumfwa nomba nishikuteka kwa musango moshani chako eni oba mwamba intunguru shishingishire umfwa ngashali kwa to mutima wa chalo cha Zambia ikale ni panshi mwa opposition once ikale ni panshi much say install democracy elonga mwacha install democracy solo mukabwerere mu bene ma position nakale muchalo nga mwapone nkalamu ukwalipo na mwele unshira ikampa shitina milongo abantu balebe cyaro cyonse baliko kwe bati imbeni amachingo kuchingurusha mayanda yenu panga ndaya munobe waimbo uchinga nayenga ndaya munobe wakuminkanya bako bati udaka mwele unga isaiza ngapone na mulya mukamwipa pakutira ulenkala mwira isakhan ikale elongole chitekera tiyo ile ikatomu nandi opposition just expect ko ati nkala mungaeka tawtu ya mulya ichikesa konka poni wo igesa ikata. So that's why it's swangonga chai matakwa kulolisha tawe bantu chikete ulo tatumfana yena wishi byokwe bati one day chikesa isa abamu ilolesha tiyo chitire target balu ba opposition abalinga ba PF uko chireisa chiri kuli nimwe mu masimo politician abashira itana establish omo muleya ayamo political party yake safi additional alipangire po political party but bakesa inyanta byo mukomo ngachakwe bati bale nyanta iyi aliko for 10 years yatungurula bale fo kuinyanta muri 4 years ndo wati mo ushira bakuna mo opposition ko ushira teka pono mute so chireka byo chakwe bati bonse ba opposition bale ni kale ni panshi muche install democracy mu charo chesu umone ko bati ile democracy ngayaisa lesangali mipalo ko bati one day mukawa president kuti waba president na mukukota tu waba president na kuwa ichebo otherwise muzambia that we are not safe na totala mambo to ala wela.
Looks like we lost our caller. Let's take another call. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. My name is Kefas Mwapemusonda, calling you from Central Province, Kabwe.
Thank you very much.
An advocate for industrialization and national development.
Thank you.
Ambassador, I'll begin by saying that what we observe now from the judiciary is something else. The case to do with the mayor of Livingstone, you remember that there was a judge who actually said, and she gave a reason to say it's because this person who is the accused is a close relative. So with me, from that just narrative, I knew where this whole case was going. Bushe nishi nomba ukulanda fechi nene chinga ama koti yalu ikefe yaba opposition abantu fye abalesho kukontrolo muteko obo mwarusha nomba fika kilo bafuire fye bakakwa umfuwe nimwe temwe bakubalirapo kabite mwe bakusharikishapo kwali mfumu muchipingo abena Nebukadneza mighty men. They were taught, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego has never knelt before this statue that you've created, O king, if you read Daniel chapter 4. And even when Daniel, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, they were thrown into the lake of fire, the Bible says they were protected. Charengere mfumu, yakano kukwata peace. I am sure that even what is happening in Zambia, number one, someone is not having that peace. I can see that someone is not having that peace, reason being simple. Look at the way Kariati is being taken to the police. over a case that no one can. The wife has said, but now and then, Kaliati, the mayor Fondola, must be taken to the police, and the police must detain him, must get statements from. So, is this the rule of law that Your Excellency, Mr. President, you talked about when you were inaugurated? Because you said that you are going to defend all Zambians. And if all Zambians are equal, someone ayasendolupia abo mfyana mufyakwe no na koti na ishiva with the evidence there to jail someone. Isn't it not the court that pronounces a judgment? It is the court. So if the court have evidence beyond any reasonable doubt, why should they push it to one to maybe who are compromising their statements? So this is the Zambia that we have, and people of Zambia, I want to make mention to you that let us look to the cross. God knows why we are passing through what we are passing through. Comrade Chilangwa is in prison. Comrade Chitotera is in prison. All the opposition have been taken to prison. Isukeni, efiliaturelanda, abapokolola abantu besapamo, no kwakanikane chintu chimo, no kuimane chintu chimo, gamwaimane chintu chimo, mwevo, mwalateka chino chalo cha Zambia. Lomata mwaimane chintu chimo, 2026 tukekala mufilamba, and many of you, especially the contenders, those that will lose, because they'll come now asking, where did you get your resources for you to run for this position? Many of you, I'm not speaking as a prophet, but I'm speaking as a student of prophecy. Many of you, colleagues, if you still procrastinate about this reason, I have seen and I am expecting that let's come up with one thing that shall bring the equity before the law. So ichipani chifere cha mshita defend here in Kabwe. Comrade Ruinda is attacked. Up to today, nothing that we have heard. So what are you telling us? Is that the rule of law that you promised, Mr. President, that the present, the future, I will make sure that even the past, I will make sure that all are brought before the law because everyone is equal before the law? Awe bakateka. Ichi chene chachitika ku Livingstone ichi. Litensha chalo. Lesatupare. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mwamba.
Good evening.
Anonymous kunoka kaputa mkwai mwabombe.
Anonymous, make your contributions.
Chachine abantu wasidatu papa uyuna mayo mnensi umeya wa ku Livingstone. Mulandule balebika mune chisungu nabashiningisha kwena aliba. Lero batira nomba kwena. Awe, mwamuna mwema leaders yonsa ya opposition. But in the opposition party kulishe poyo twala tonta kwa menso bose. Dimwe ba PF. Bwelele nife kwifunde lyenu lya kulanda tinga kwaba conference or workshop or seminar or ama meetings yomsango wonse mkwata. Ati mulachita lift ama expulsions, ama suspensions, ama disciplines yonse or ama punishment yonse mwabika paba achita po echirubo. Muleba ati umuntu wonse tieni mukulandishani wino kechitalo nechipani chesu cha PF. Kanshi chinshi chikosele ba mwambo kwe bati balubinda bete bonse bala bene mutote kafaya bene kampiongo bene mundu bire nabambiko abo batire bali expelled bashaka fuswa obakapyanga bonse bali aba expelled mwe bantu mwitu apapata kashi twalala ndashani bweshanyeni kwa chiba meeting uko bachiba this afternoon yachiba pa YouTube hapa ba Secretary General Party Secretary General ba Davis Mwila balela lokho batifuna ishiba urutambi lwa PF ngakwaba ama meetings bosa ba suspension ama disciplines umsango wonse tunachita lift the ban so wonse tufile kubapanga namba kanshi ba Mwamba nibana nibalaita bonse ababa expelled ba maiba jin kapatabula bushikubene balela ndukwenda ati mundu bene has expelled himself kamubweshe nina owine ba PF twa papata ababa afuma mukulanda ko balela ndokwe bati mulina abanene mu fifungo bala abantu babiika mu fifungo emilandu teyayeenya okuti babakake bapishapo fye obunkalwe bala abantu ifwe nga tatwishire winamu opposition nishibala abantu bakafa firafine history nishiyalala yabipa mu Zambia elo tukaye kuli one party state n'omuntu ulepisha imilandu ngefitulemona kano oli ku kipani kya UPND then ule kitafye misoka ubushikuna kasuba n'ekyungulo balaishibefya kukushoshesha omulandu but nga tewaba ku UPND uli ku kipani kimbi iwe takawe bale kwingisha takuli na lawyer oleita ati alondole pwefya amanu bakupere omulandu obe so chinshitulela ndapo apa chinshitwala pange chikulu ni mwero ba PF kabwishanye nga mwabweshanya elo mleya nangu ku convention that's no kuyanga mukaya ishishonse nkata shilefu makwisi zedi shilela ndokwe bati teti mwemi ninenga pa chipanika no walilembeshi wako kulya so pali batonse tamulipo mara mutanfya pa banenu bamo ku PF tamulipo chavinga bali mu BKF paper la mkwapa nga chakuti ba namlondola balungu bali mwe kutira yitonse sorry EPF tatwaka iptinte but kuteko kachwingile muri tonse katupange tonse chinshi mwala laba ukumona mwe bantu bakwalesa kwatenyu kwiluka leke mu pashwa mshwa amibirile balungu balilandira kweba tichipanita mwakapokolole kanshi sen mutonse nomba kabiri mwambo okulwikana muri tonse 1 2 nga bantu bile bali chirwike bakabaya bwangu kulya osheta pali okweteko council ya mutima kuichefya kutira we mwaumewe abantu nabakutemwa kuti wabani webo chibombere chesu bonse isa bale tututu bale bonse pano basha batita kampeni yakaba sana kukasama bonse twamuna twatasha mwakano kubako bambi bafumana kula kuli nemisepela ile tukabalubinda nenda wisako kuna mwamba balubinda bala chitashani mwamba balubinda bala chitashani discipline ili group nega limbita bale litako tapali ifo mwala panga mweba omwe tukashala panse nga bakainde bawina tabawinena papata sana tulepapata sana bweshanye ni seni mubikire mu uikishanye ni aba kwate mitima yakuti aine uya awe ni palove nombanga tulipawinga bene Zambia tupusuke please twalomba kutwalimisala ni ba PF twaite mu chichipani tulefwa twise tubemo tukwache okupususha abana besu ne bana besu bweke kala ulunkwa kwa nechipani chinga chimo at one party state mweneni ngotuma parties don't baletina mushemba yaba one party state tabagaleko nkafika omuntu bakutina even former members of all political opposition parties bakala minyanta pepaniko shichapwa kwakaputa kuno awe kwena ba opposition ko ampani pamo ba PF first it's then correct mwebene bantu mwafiro kuichita correct kushemwa la ya teka shani kutonse balubinda how can you pass judgment shani pass judgment balubinda tabete lechipani chichimbi bene brand ko bwira iseni na ifofu bashere kuna ifo twalisa iseni 2 weeks shanye efa chinga londolo kafe please to papa teka shitaka lipo teka kusana I thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello.
Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
I'm calling from Lusaka. This is Alexander the Great.
Alexander, make your contributions.
Okay, vamwamba ndiko kumanda kwa chinti shimoni mona I topic tukaralanda kwa tilimbiwa talk show. It's like a talk show. Vamwamba where you are, there is what they call Tea Party when they are doing primary in America, like Democrat, Republican. They have Democrat, which they call Tea Party, like a Republican. You remember when Donald Trump was standing, there was a Tea Party within the party, but you never hear the Republican accusing each other to form structure. Structure are necessary to be formed, temporary structure when you are campaigning for primary election. But you, if you have been their friend, you are excluding some people because they have made like a Tea Party within Republican or Tea Party within UPF. So what you are doing, because you are scared of some people that are popular than others, even in America, Democrats, when it is primary, people separate within the one party. So why can't you allow PF to separate within the party, like to have Tea Party until one emerge a winner, then you come again together. So what you are doing, like, we are just doing injustice, because that is necessary. When we are doing primary, people get divided. The supporter of this person, but the same party. But why are you scared when there are a lot of people you say start saying it's forming another structure within the party? In a democracy, that's what it is. To be popular, you have to form a column of structure within your party. Then after you have done that, you win election. Within primary, then you go for general election. So you can't say...
Vane, let me just advise. Yeah. Your information might be inadequate. I will just encourage you to pass your opinion. What do you think must be done?
Okay.
If you're ready to pay, if you allow me pay proper education, just say.
Let me tell you one thing. When you want to win, you can't be like where you're doing right now.
Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
I did calling from Copper Belt City.
Make your contribution, my dear sister.
Okay. First of all, Mwamba nalaisa kuli basadiki. Ati basadiki na Mzambia.
Them crying.
Mwamba basadiki lo baisa Mzambia. Kapali nefo kakalanda kwefi londolokele problemu. Balaba ba president besu. Bafwa babepesha obufya abanavu. Mwamfwa. Basadiki be mukuru kwa kubantu abali kunshi. Zambia na ikwata problem. Sana problem ikwete ikulu. Ile ali kumfumbo ya shala. Mwamfwa. Ya shala ile ali kumfumbo bayimba amendo ilya. Basadiki nga bakaisa kuli ba president bakafuka banabo obufufu babe obufifye bwe kamwe. Instead bana bakefefe ku bantu bakonflict kuna ba independent. Bakonfwe problem ili pani problem nshidi Zambia. Bamwamba since 1961 takuwa bapo unity yafumapo baisa MMD yafumapo baisa PF. Takuwa bamu baisa po mwambo kuchita dismantle party yenu. History ya Zambia kuba cyane. Muri wowe president waisa po bamwamba. Abana beso abali kusikuru bakasambira cyane history. Ikabe hivi yako batu ba president bakaendera bakafuma pali leadership. Bakabafuike efficient basi yakwe batifyo basha tamba po ubu basha monapo tabakamona po nokwe bati bakafuma pali bu president bwino. Bantu ila PF badi no kuile kafye no vula no kula chitacha vinge fya bulo kulondolo kwa ula chavinga umwa ite 1981 wapa mo wabula no kumfo muse kubantu fo bare chula kuyabika amapepa la mukatwishinga ni muifungu nga ni muri pilo ala kusha abantu oloenda fela bakapokola tenda na eka bantu chavinga ngaenda eka awe kwatushi kwalesa kumatanda mwe bantu kufya abantu bachula chavinga tapabo wa musala tapabo wa mwishwa no kumwishwa la pasi tapaba no mulanda po chavinga fa social media abo atale nyako na pachipuna ai maleto la ikanishwa isha tu muntu taparisha rechita umuntu nga pachipuna leta ai kaloko kwatina pakaba nishimwachi batuyu mumbwe pakulira pati kwashintirira ne bwale bombala bwale jane pia ero kira kisimo kuchusha abantu amate abantu yavi ululimi luvi ndemye baba mwambo ululimi sha abantu nga bala kweba ululimi ukesatola pochimoro bakakoba tinalikwebeleta bulapo abantu bale kitaba luli ntefisuma baluli nga bali bomba eti bakwate nokula kitadi dismantle party yaba nabo babula nomba nibamundubire kabiye baya ku FDD bachiteshana balaba mundu bilalo ba ku FDD mark my word nanguba imini na kulya tabaka bakonke ko nanguba mo ba UPND mu kuba investigate kanonga ba umfuati makebi mundu bile ba imini na PF yonsame mukese mukule mukufu okula lete chifulunganya epo eminga ato bakwete ukwete stop kuruko kwete amengo eminga ato bakwete wonfu babi sana ero amate abantu bengi balera ndamate abantu ele umfuika abantu tetsi baleliro omusango oyu bale ilishanyo omusango oyu abantu balefu ya freedom balandira kiruo eyo nkala abomba nayo kiruo kutu umuntu meya aya ibana mbita Sofia le ibale tumina na manager uyaba kwite dare samwale itana abantu ati abo kwite imwe abantu imwe judicial yuko naika ababonsa bena zalo atimwa mali azalo umuntu kuchitato chomwaite inoki umwana okufa with no evidence balopola bayipaya basafu manslaughter
Who does that? Mwe bantu. Mwe bana Zambia iruke. Mwe bana Zambia iruke. Nyo chikalipe fye iruke. Not if bale tuchitaba opposition ba mundu bile ba given Lubinda. Pure imiti parliament taibula kushenkana. Ikataneni mulwiri abantu techa abantu balerira kalala panshi. Balerira fye omuntu umu. President ngaliteka bwino n'abantu bakobuno balete fintu. Tapani n'abantu balande. Kuti baikala fetondolo bala batafise bwino. Nomba bena from the word go ukutampa fye 2021 2012 August ukwisa Africa na lero. Ni ababa bensi ababa bipa ababa bensi baikata mujere ababa president ifo bala ile fira abantu fyapo bashiro kubomba bambo kwikata fya abantu ulera ndawonse kumwikata ule kitashanya tande kwa abantu kumukonka mwala konka banga mwala ikaya banga mwe bana bakwalesa ndi bachiranda tshadre misheki abedwe kwa tshadre ndi bali muja muntu bali wa monekele mwelo bali batatu ati mule monekele wa number 4 Ule monekele wana mnaifona monekele muno Muzambia muno fino tulechula amonekele besa monekela we monekela kubantu abalerira monekela ngafino wa monekele kubena mishiki eti tuchule musango godi achale tukabantu mumushi abena Kristu wacha aya tukoyu atukafuma bose balelengera bipa mawindo ati godi achale tutuka David afumine kui kumpanga aisatira nina nyule tukabantu atile kale kate muntu wakulanda ku chistachitiki ababene mule sula ababene abamule monati yo abena mekebi abena shanyaba bakami wisha wande mukesa nukuba chimuka monati lekshana abantu bali kunshe balefu aya abantu ebalefu okuchinja leadership eba mwene mbobubi ngalaba muna mwefu subanga tapani neso balelanda na abachula tabalerya tabale chitefiti fyonsa munganda mujo buchushi muri fo kulatira ingwebe no kulatira fyo buteko bwatu shupa buteko mumule mulanga mwafunya CDF nga mwafunya social cash transfer na tubomba tekubomba kulya tekubomba bombelenya abantu umfweni uluse umfweni fo balerira bayisiyeho cyo bale balirira na mukitumbi tamula bashika bayisiyeho bale balira bale imabayenda chimwemwe panshi mwana wa muntu aisa mukumfwa mafya ku bantu mfwe file chitika no tifye mwe kabiri mwe bakabuswe ba minister of mine mwe bakabuswe besale mpala.
Thank you very much. Hello caller, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Mwamba Mwabombe ba nameless.
Ndita nameless, make your contributions.
Ba Mwambe chakubalila po nde ninkwato lusesana kuli imwe panchi toye omletu bombera lero pisa sangu kwebati vintu tafirenda bwino uluse na lunji kata sana na lala ndango mfyashi no kulandila kofie bonse bana mayo ichi kalamba ba Mwambe cheninga myewa kucha kwebati sungeni family yenu weekend family yenu pantanshi mubike family yenu pantanshi ba mama benu n'abana benu ero mwatwaririra n'inchitoyi tu mwachibika clip eyo kwachibe misalula ofyo basaluire balubinda lero cyo ningalanda chakwe bati bushe kuti baka no kusalula balubinda apofie twali salula kale batata batusha ba president besu nanomba bachili moko twali batukana mu kitumbi efira na ishirela ndapa kubalokwe bati ubukristiani muchalo myesta mubi mwaba fiesh na lyakwe bukwe bati bachita declare Zambia as a Christian nation uluse na labu fyonse tatukwete tufuile na mfepenga bechintu twabule nsele twashirika kuma pantuku salula tekupuisha umulandu nanguku ilango kwe bati nebo ne ubete amano iyo chibi sana ya elo tu na tulila kwena chachine bonse fe bonse na tulila ero nokwesha natwesha sana nabantu bose nabesha sana lelo ekyo namonako kyakweba ati nga mwayikatana mwikatana ife mubweshani okulingana fena bonse fefe balelanda nabamundubire bonse mubete bonse mwikale pamo mulanshanye pali kano kene kashitokotayira bwinshi ekintu fikaba bwino bantu nga kyakweba ati mwabula bali abantu abali popular ngevo finikwati ati bamundubire nishi ichalo mwashitisha mwebende fe mwekanisha ichalo mwachishitisha efo ningalanda fe bantu obo beshibya abantu nyabo benya abantu bale kitasuspend nomba nga kyakweba ati twabasana possessive nishi tapale fo tule kitana ngufimo so twami papa tokulingana fena bonse fe twami papa ta weshanyeni ukudan ayama dandaulo tulelanda ko kabirero tayakese dandaulo kapantu kukabokweba ati nishita twachitire lilyadini so fintu fima fengalanda kwa fine elo ichakushalikishapo sana ndemi pusha fe imwebene tata mweba tumbulusha obviously that munja skelero bushe mulalandana kwaba abantu mosikelefe mu mutima wenu mulalandana kw'abantu ine nenkashiyenu nomba nanieba landeni nabo abantu alekibemba kyaye bati amama yafunine mwifesi yayayingira mu cyumba tumfweni fwe balegira mutumfwe epo napera tata.
Thank you very much. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello, I'm calling from the land of Lukta. Anonymous is my name.
Anonymous, make your contributions.
In the first, in the name of Anonymous, Mkwai, Mba Mwamba, na totera na kaidi pafinto from Lechta, Mwemba Fiashi, tepa kulekeresha. And I just want to say that Valesa, Vale Misungo, Waida no Wacha. Pantwinch Tom Lechta, Ikaramba Nganshi, and all we can do is pray for you as Zambians. Each karambo chonde fokulanda kuchakwe vati va Mwamba, ama votes, tupose kwa mano. Tupose kwa mano fya kwevati ama votes ofo yakawa protected. Because already we have seen ukwevati this government yali katama offices yonse mu Zambia tapaba office yabapo independent. If you can see ukwevati abantu abalechitemirandu shine vale bana bekala kunse, but meanwhile ababambi abantu balekakwa. A lot of innocent people are in prison today for cases that could have just been finished mukoti in area shiriapwa. But what do we get? Our people are in the court. Bushakwena bakasongo ocho PF yaba chitecha kwebati baibika baikatirira fie. It's because he doesn't have confidence in himself. If he knew that he can win this election, he would have let go of PF. That being said, uliomseva niwa chitika kuja kuli ba given Lubinda. Bali abantu bafyashi ifunde lya Mzambia lya bukwe bati uli wonse uchilile wisona noko ubukalamba uli wonse uli eji aba wisona banoko wakupera omuchinshi te wakusalula uli msango bakapokola whether bachwani bakadda bali aba officer whether bachwani bakapokola katuishi. How can you be pushing an elderly man like that? And all these are things, small things that the president doesn't talk about. But vaya mkulanda pafintu if ya kweba tafile mweka nemo file rola like nemulanda mwali impata. But you see such kind of things and you never condemn it. You see? So again nabe nabali bakabesha bayimini na pesa epo bayikadiro kula pundo kweba ati yo ifwe before my election twalashi kabayisi yo bakabesha bafuire beshi byokwe bati bayisi yote babululu babo. Neither is he related kuli ba HH. Bafuire bachita focus ukulashika babululu babo nayo ida family kachite focus ukushika ba president. Because if that man was respected, and they wanted to bury him like a former head of state, they would have respected him. Ngatabalere kama praise singers babo, balera ndefya bulokulondoloka n'okulatuka n'enseri. Ichichiriro ky'abataata balungu kyalirenga okwebati fweba abagenuine ndikubatemwa. Abantu abatupatira eno nshita bengi. Imnankane new doom government. Yalireta olupato mu Zambia. These are the good things that they have done according to them. Ukuleta olupato nangwaye namalaiti baletere na isa load shedding ati yapwa. They've put it like it's a business. Washita we muntu amalaiti ya 100 kwacha bakupera ya 30. Is that what you go kubwesha load shedding kweba ati yapwa? No. Nibuka bwalala bonso. Iyi government yaliba n'okukongola more than any other government. Mwebena Zambia shibukeni. Ichalo chesu bala chishtishya. Bakaunda balirandire. Ero baliranda balesula n'okumulumbula na kainde ichilema. But we failed to listen. Efirya balandati umupampamina nga wapampamina ekintu lesa na walalandati lekankupero chitesti. So abena Zambia n'abachitesti okwebati tachiri bulino. And they have repented for having put this government. That's why even the people who voted for him, they have now tend to say that why shibe mkwaesho tuwalichita. So the best things as Zambians, what we need to fight most is vote protection. Ama votes ukuyachita protect because filefia chitike kasama mingalato tapadi nangu fimbi yo. Ilia election nga tuwaliwina face smooth. Panopondera ndaninji mya simbo. PF is still a powerful team. It's a powerful political party and it can never die. Vaka ilekele kofie, and that should be after all of you leaders. Vamwambaba bantula ndena bena bekatane. Because ingataba ikatane, tatu wakakwata okwakuya. Tukarafiro okuya mchalo miesu. Tuwakurafiro okwakubutukira. Because abengi kumafia loko baleikala tekufia loko wabo. Muzambia now abantu they cannot even talk. Bambi bali tupata abanensu. Tabomfana buinonga tulelanda pa social media. Why? Because they support this particular government. Where did you ever see this happening? Muri basata, muri ba mwanawasa, muri ba kaunda na muri ba ECAO. People used to speak freely. But now we even identify Mitundu. We even identify who is from which tribe, who is from what tribe. Such things were not there. By some kupuisha ama project yaba oyo basanga oyo baisa mukula akasaba nyukula munika kwati pali ofubalichita, but fweba ishibechinga. We know they have not done anything. Ni pabwato fyonse ni pabwato. Tuleya na sontepo wabombili. CDF yabufi. Na ngufeni bama yoba mtinda. Tapalo fo balechita anti uba mfuati kuya bebele. Ero ba imine bambo kupitana. We are not fools as Zambians. We know what is happening. Right now, the most important is PF leaders and other political parties come together, please, and save this country from this ruthless government. Thank you so much, Mwamba.
Thank you very much. Colleagues, tomorrow we are hosting Mr. John Sangwa, State Council. We had a terrible glitch today for one reason or another. I don't know what happened, but he's been gracious to confirm that he'll come tomorrow. On Wednesday, we have Mr. Harry Calabar. On Thursday, we have a full lineup this week. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
This is Anonymous calling from Lusaka.
Anonymous, make your contributions to the program.
Yeah, enquiries. Okay. Kulifonde for kulondolola kubona ine no kulanda ukumpanga abiu, especially from the part of for those expelled that we are crying for that they have been expelled. It is a regrettable situation where our members, but when they were expelled, they expelled themselves by their actions that they did by supporting those people that were not elected in accordance with the PF structure, or those who opted to support the Tonse Alliance that is being propelled by Nankani, Pastor. So apart from that, again, I want to commend the loyalty by members like Makebi Zulu for standing his ground in supporting the family of the late President Edgar Chagwalungu, and also the loyalty by Given Luvinda, who has stood his ground. It is unfortunate that we, the people of Zambia, sometimes we cause the problems by ourselves by trying to support things that are wrong, even when we know that those things that we're supporting are wrong things. Given Luvinda was appointed by the late former president Edgar Chagwalungu, may his soul rest in peace. When he was appointed as vice president, he saw something in him that made him to be given that position, and it was a noble cause by each and every person or everyone who loves PF to rally behind the leadership of Given Luvinda. And we cannot just call that just because he was given that position and he should relinquish it by appointing someone, or maybe someone should be given a straight position without a form of democratic process, like it has been put across that they should do or go for elections. I personally, I support the candidature of Honorable Makebi Zulu, but I do not see it I don't see anything wrong if anyone else was voted at that position, because my love is for the party, not for an individual automatically. And that love for an individual will come looking at how they run that leadership. Mamon.
Thank you very much. Let me take the last call, my brother. Thank you very much. Hello, caller. I think I'm supposed to take 2 last calls, so you might be the lucky ones. Hello, caller. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hi, Ambassador. This is Queen Pumi Mudishani uko.
Fyo bwino Queen Pumi, my co-host abaluva mwalilubira mubowa.
Twalilubira mubowa nakabeseni twala bwera nombalini.
Akwaka beseni leteni ubowa mwasombola.
Oh my God, Twala Isa, we are going to coming back full force.
Thank you, my sister. Make your contributions.
All right, thank you so much. How are you in Zambia? I hope everybody's hanging in there. As usual, a lot is happening in our country, and you can talk all night. But I want to address 3 things. First of all, the PF presidency, the open grave, and lastly, the fake propaganda, where I saw a list of 50 points of what the UPND have achieved. That is what I want to talk about. So the first thing, the illegality in the electing the Tonse president is chiresakamika sano kumona abantu abengi abale supporta illegality. It's about the process mwebena Zambia. Okay, nangu ifufine mulelande a lot of callers yo bamundu biro barefwaya. But look at how Bamunduwire has got that presidency. Look at who is supporting Bamunduwire. And just look at how the Munduwire supporters are behaving. The latest is Emmanuel Tembo. Mwebena Zambia, is this the Zambia we want? That our democracy or our way of life will just be getting from bad to worse? from PF, we had these problems. By UPND, I know we'll do better. But the UPND have even taken it a notch further, 10 steps further. Now, Mundu with who branched off from PF, like Kocho Mushi, the way they are grabbing the PF presidency, and the ones they support Mundu with me, I'm not a PF, but we are all political stakeholders. It is being unfair because Zambia have once. You know, Zambia is for every Zambian, and every well-meaning Zambian should put a voice when when things are going wrong, when wrong things are happening. A well-meaning Zambian, I don't have to be PF to condemn what wrong things are happening in PF. So if a majority have been, that's why I was waiting. I think for abantu for Balelanda, but people are supporting. A lot of people are supporting the illegality in this Timundu. So this is like it's outlaw. It's a rogue. How do you support that? And how do you, let's say Mundu Vilevapta, he forms government. How is he going to stay in power, knowing of how he got to power? Because believe me, if Mundu Vile achieves becoming president in August, there will be people who will be again, this man, the way he came to power was illegal. So we have to remove him. So we might as well fix it from the beginning. Why do we want to start with the wrong process? Because we know that this process is wrong. And many of us, including myself, will not support an illegal process, a president who ascended to power illegally to maintain office. He can be there, but eventually he will be removed. Because we want to make things straight in Zambia. We want a government that will operate within the law. We want justice. We are just talking about Livingstone. You are condemning that judgment in Livingstone, but at the same time, you are praising Wamunduvile. So what difference does it make? We have to know what we want. We can't be calling something right because you like that person, it is okay. When it is wrong, and vice versa, then we are going nowhere. We can't sit here and condemn what the judge ruled to Livingstone, and then we are here supporting Munduvile. What are we doing? My second point is the open grave. It is 8 months tomorrow. And then the pressure is there, is clearly visible on the president himself. We can see the pressure on the president's face. Even if they don't say it, the writing is on the wall. It is the pressure of not burying a political rival. And then they are tying this, the open grave, to the elections. I wrote an article, it's on my page, you can go and read it. For the sake of time, I did an analysis on this open grave. Please read it on Queen Pumi page. My advice is to the president, let go of this body, of this case. Death is not political. Death is a human thing, and the body of someone belongs to the family. For 8 months, people are stuck over there. What more do you want? And they are not going to give you that body under you trying to grab it and force it. They will not release it. Even me, I wouldn't. No one would. So what makes you think you can use all your government machinery, lawyers, judges to grab a body from someone's husband, father, uncle, brother? So this is like, I don't know. Something gotta give. Something gotta give. Let it go, by President Andiwa Kabisha. Let this go. It's not your fight. It's not even your body. Lastly, Matomola Likwanya issued those 50 points of the achievements of UPND. I laughed. I'm like, oh my God. This is how they fooled us. Even in 2021, they were issuing such lists of PFD, JBCD, and we believed it. Zambia, don't be fooled. The list ya kwa matomola yabo feet duplication. I even had it in front of me right now. Like point number 48, paid retirees. I had a woman who called me yesterday because she's from the northern. They have failed to pay her retirement. Like 3 years now. They are paying people, but it's selective. They are looking at names to pay someone's retirement. Like, honestly, stop this nonsense. Stop lying. You have employed teachers. The teachers or nurses or whatever, they are less than 100%. I mean, 100,000 people employed. When you have millions unemployed, even the data on the internet is wrong. It is showing that in Zambia, we only have half a million unemployed youths. Even the search engines, they are fed with wrong machines. I was just surfing right now. I'm like, we can't have 500,000 unemployed youths in Zambia. This is fake. ZESCO, people are paying for 500, they are getting power less than 500 for 300. What kind of a crooked government are you? You have no shame. You are stealing from your people and you are boasting, oh, we are doing this. Muleba sumo kumule putirisha. Amalaiti, when I'm late, Amalaiti, but mwali lunda, but you are giving, that is cheating. So I end here. We are talking here and we won't stop talking. Me, I'll stop talking in August. At my elections in Gapta, we will be here to talk and expose these people and their lies because they are master or dribblers. We are dribblers. And finally, Nachimbi, just a side note, these MPs, they are in on it about UPND. They are dribbling Zambians. Ama MPs, vale in ama MPs, ukuladi MP, Shama Zambian. Ama Zambian, vale chule, mwema MPs va PF. Muleli, ya mule poka graduate, bambi mwali poka nama 3 million, ero mule support an F-Shirondo rate. And some callers are even saying, Abama MPs, we have to tell the people that these MPs, they're traitors. They are the ones selling you out. Zambian parliament is sold. If we had firm parliamentarians, half of this stuff happening wouldn't go down because those PF MPs would block it. But they are in on it. These were PF parliamentarians, Zambia. Now it's our duty to educate the Zambians that AMA PF MPs they are on the dribbling team. They are dribbling Zambians while Zambians perish. I submit.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, caller. Thank you for waiting. Make your contributions.
Can I proceed?
Yes, proceed.
Okay. Yeah, Mwamba, I would like to educate me on this issue. Yeah, nani koti ya kukabwe yalifumia nani yalista ruling akuti all activities ya PF by big as takudi kutita echikichonse. And then on those activities, even the convention is included. Number, ishobalela that it wala convention. How can you educate me on that one? Number 2, tuadila sana. This is just my humble prayer and my humble request to you, Mwamba Wesu, according to Inumulebomba. Really, it's a wonderful job. Can't you bring platform you invite Balubinda with Mundubil. Those are our servants. So that if I may push you because I'm telling you, the constitution gaya election gaba UPN bapita Zambia kaba kwa Uganda. So anyone can wake up as a land to be 10 years president terms. Lot of members, majority, yapita. So it will be like Uganda. So can you please educate me about the convention first? And then please get my request to bring Balubinda to podium up. Even tomorrow, after tomorrow, so that to be twist be wide up to now. Because where we are going, just imagine by Honorable Tembo the way he was talking, that's really Nanguna Pusana. We can't reach that level. You get? so confused. We don't know where to go. Please educate me about the convention, please.
Thank you very much. The judgment from Livingstone is very shocking. While admitting wrongdoing and that the mayor obtained this bribe of 180,000 kwacha, the judge has admitted, and that has been proven by the state, and that's why he had even put her on defense. Then he acquits her. What lawlessness is that? What lawlessness is that? Pamunkonge pantuni mwevo, you are my last caller because munatumachira bushiko.
Okay, na tukira wa Mwamba tuachira pepera po fence baba ntumeso abatwara pepera po. February yonke yara po fe na mapepo para tumbuke fintu. Ambassador ine ichimba kushako fi. Chako eba kabantu barefi okuta support umuntu ligo. Abantu balera ukira umuntu lechitayi ligwetu. Nombanga chako eba tu support iligo. Nge okwikara pacharo tuwalaikara shani because once twalishiko kwebati ba UPND government basende fintu iliko PF talinga ukuba kuli bachavinga ni iliko injunction ya nani kane ya convention yali ni iliko nomba ngatwambo kukonka abantu barechite cha iliko turere kafi fwe bena zonde fwe balerenga twali kafe ba PF beka mwe bena zamya mwe okwe democracy ara onaika mwime akapina mwasta ko demonstrate ko bati give back PF to the owner mwana kwa balesu kuma South Africa ofyo bayikatana nomba ifo kula rumba yo bali ba confused nomba baba confused umuntu kabwara ara ina tamwe museka bakuibira bale kuibira abantu baleseka wewe bayibira bale rumba kabwarara, which means no good. So if it is tweaked, the local support fintu, if you have a legal, if you trust the legal, and whatever for a convention, to Kaya no Kuyanga to a Lidia, Kanombe Fare Ponenapo, Paponena Ichiro, Paponefia Sote, Quevati, I'm a paper I have a Chavinga and got to your convention. Now, to a little Kumava quoting about a Wishamano, Pantukrava and Tusha Quevati. Wawesha mwata ofo tuchitireta fiwe meka tuchitefe according nomba to abapera chance tabarebwerera munshira ekwe bateba lengate tuya tusale ntungurushi apa kusara bamundubire nango bafumire mu kironganyo bali ishwano kwishwa kwe bati apopo tufikire tulesare ntungurushi weza aidha ngango bakoti bapingura ti shani na mchaba shani shita yesu yalifika ya kusare ntungurushi na ntungurushi tuarasara na ichipani chara pokerera ero bamwamba abantu inenshishiwe mu Zambia abantu amanofo yale piriukirako umwana nangu nipali wa makepi zuru abantu balishibwa kwe bati icharenga kitushiko kufika na inonshita bantu bamo abakano okufuma mu nshira nomba abantu abafumire mu nshira barefo okupitawara pitashani batu bonse beba yo ba makepi bwerere nimo nomba bareshe chishinka nishi chichusharirwa tuchifuna bishe kwisa ichakura support fintu ifibi ichakura support mingarato before fwe bare onaora ne charo pantu PF before tairaranga fwe bonsenga twamono kwe bati fwe bashita pali PF fibi before abene ba PF tabararanda fwe bantu twaima filipali ba PF ni charo chireo na ikaba mwamba bare turandira ko kura basitama propaganda instead mwime mukali pile bara bare sitama propaganda mule supporter PF tekweba tiari filwawe ile yaso ile sare ntungurushi bonse mukayimona bifine bamwamba bamyeba bafya mule konka bamwamba tabakwata so baramyeba imikote foshire onaika bamwamba baramyeba ifyo corruption ile bamwamba baramyebe cyaro ko kirendera bati bonse mule butukira ku bantu abakweba ati mpo boshe mule support bamwamba nga baba kontera pa platform instead mwebena Zambia mwime murande chinga mwalishi baba mwamba icharenga tibabe kwa America ni iligo propaganda kuba babe peshe mirandi mwalishi bana abantu bambi bafyo baka kwa patu muranga bati lo ni lo but mwali chipana chingo kwa bati kwali abantu bakuru besu ababa mfungo abawura umurandu but chonse mulafiro kurandira ko febe na Zambia tuibefi tire bakonga bana su South Africa nga bamulafyo muntu wakaire bamufyenga abantu barema barandira ko oli omuntu bantu lyo muntu lya obafyengere ararandira ko abantu nomamwe abantu mo barandira ko lyo muntu wafyengwa lishi tekimwarandira ko muntu lya bako bati aisa mukumirandira ko so tusarapukie fo turefuaira tubike po muntu aba so minded bako bati findu shwerere muisa muishira awe napera bamwambaine.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, Mayo. Mwabwela.
I just want to answer Bakwini Mpumi Mlishani, we love you so much. You are also an iron woman. Thank you so much for your observation, Bakwini Mpumi. It's not that we are supporting the illegality, Bakwini Mpumi. We are just putting everything together to see how best PF could come up. To support the illegality because we have to look on both sides. But some of us, we are just concerned citizens. Just to sort of like maybe protect myself na chilanda no kwebati mwikatane wesheni muwele pamubonse mumfwane mumfokuside no kufokuside bantunga twakwata ali amano yakwe bati yo tulesapota illegality chachitana chanishita kuli oko tuleya mwandini ngafefine bonse mulanda makamaka mwe baba politics kwe bati ulabo okuweshanya mwachita reconcile ekintu fe chimocho nachirafu okulanda pozo Bakwini Mpumi mwifulwa twalimite mwa. We love you so much and we support you. I follow your page so much, but I just wanted to contribute a little bit. Thank you, Mwamba.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Anonymous from Zambia.
Okay. Call, please.
Ambassador, I want to make a follow-up on the previous caller.
Yes.
Yes. On the equality.
Yes.
You know, Ambassador, for more especially you, Galuvinda, Vena Queen Pume, Vena Curtis, you have failed to see that he's very slippery. He's someone who cannot repent. Okay? On top of that, you've impressed him back into PF and you've given him a position, a prominent position in PF, whereby he's even controlling things. How sure are you that next time you won't do the same? People like Brian Munduvile, even Makepi Zulu, and these others who you think are not with the given Lubinda. Obviously, they know that he's a very slippery person. You'll be planning something, and eventually you sell back the party to UPND. Are we together, Honorable?
Who will sell the party to who?
Hello?
Who will sell the party to who? I think abantu banakanga wambo kupanga ma false accusation kubaleka baiba to shine. We want to call this a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopper will host John Sangwa tomorrow. So God bless you. Shalom, shalom.
Feel betrayed, sold out. And this must come to an end. From now onwards, we must not be seduced by shiny slogans or sweet-talking salesmen that disguise themselves as politicians or leaders. The next PF leader
Lero bwacha bakamba mu kyalo ky'esu kya Zambia ekyaweka Enjoy. Abantu baafo bakamba kule mu nfumbwe. More than 20 people balebe pati ni babiri. Bagamba. Fish to arufyanye. People have died. Mumino yabakapokola. The police killing people. Why? In the same government bagamba. Abductions have happened. Bagamba. If you're not with them, it's either you're dead or you're in prison. This government, you're going to change big man. Fish to Arfianya Pakubika office. Fish to Arfianya. Why me? Missing. Achani Rubamwaicho and Dizona. Where is why me? HH, tell us with your government, where is why me? Give us why me. Justice for why me, big man. Wachila mo HH. Wala tupwisha bega kutupwisha bagamba. Tatwale kya kulanda big man. Oh, you think? Maina watata. Sabia tuwasevana. Bagamba. Wanesa tuwa kweni. Mujala tesu. It's ya Zambia. Tuamona mwempwa. Bagamba. Tuamona mwempwa. Nama abductions bagamba. Ubuteko toaleta. Wadulete lama amazala mush. No yukateka. Kola ipompa tudeka. No yukateka. Apa nomba bane. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakuvota bane. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakufuatika. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakufuatika fuatika. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. When you taya kwa fwe. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Aikona man. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Itaya kwa fwe. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Yakuri ati kwenyu. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mayona batata. Mayona batata. Bayuthi. Twisuli amenso. Twisuli amenso. Batu sendela nomba batu ipaila na hope Yesu. Endika chagwa lungu watu bela tinazmi kwa tila plan B. Nomba tu wadishiba plan B aba mmino ya kualesa. Bantu banga wala fa mcharo chesu cha Zambia. Nibanga bantu wala wa abducted mcharo chesu cha Zambia. Bambire kuliteje banda. Nibanga bantu wala wa prison. Abena chitotela chilangwa. Wote wa prison netunguru na shimpi. Muri one government ya kwa HH. Abantu naba fa mweleza. Aikata nomba baikata na kuyetika chakwa lungu atukwatile plan B. Abakubo vya mufulo big man. Mufulo pa mufulo. Vilabine batsendela yetika chakwa lungu. Apa nomba bane. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakuvota bane. Mufulo pa mufulo. ikafuatika mufulo pa mufulo mufulo pa kwenyu tayakwa fwe mufulo pa mufulo mufulo pa mufulo aikona man mufulo pa mufulo mufulo pa mufulo itayakwa fwe mufulo pa mufulo mufulo pa mufulo yati kwenyu mufulo pa mufulo mufulo pa mufulo.
HH does not mean well for Mother Zambia. Zambia to Asebana, this is not the Mother Zambia that we were left with by our ancestors, our forefathers who fought so hard to liberate us. Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, Nalumino Mundia, Mama Julia Chikamoneka, Simon Mwansaka Pwepwe, they fought so hard to put this country on the map.
We bring you guests that challenge the narrative, unveil what power hides, and spark